Yo, what's going on? It's Big A, the Mank Geek, and it's like almost 4 a.m. in the morning, and I've had one or two drinks. It's fine, don't judge me. I'm an old man anyway. I know I may look young, but I'm not actually that young. I'm like ancient. But I've seen The Last Jedi. It came out in the UK.
Woo!
It came out, that's my mate. It came out in the UK Thursday morning, which it is now. Which is weird because we saw The Force Awakens on Wednesday night, but then it crossed over into midnight. And if you understand how time works, which I am not currently, then that will make sense to you. But The Last Jedi is a different beast. That's the only way I can describe it. Oh, also, there's going to be spoilers. So if you've not seen it, like if you're in the States and it comes out like, what, Friday morning, I guess, in the States, don't watch this video. Save it in your, like, to watch later or whatever, and then come back to it then. But because there's going to be spoilers, I am so sorry. And if you've not seen it and you live like anywhere else, come back to this video later, please, I beg you, because you need to experience this film for yourself. Don't let anyone spoil it for you. Avoid all spoilers, like, I'm being serious, right? So like I said, spoiler warning over, here I go. The movie is insane because it will take things whereby you think you know where they're going to go, but they don't go that way. They make it go a different way. It's all about subversion. That's what the movie is. So, like, you start off with a wicked space battle with bombers and all that. Like, Rose's sister croaks it, and her whole kind of arc really is like living up to like the new heroes, like Finn. She's particularly one that kind of like she interacts with a lot and she looks up to. And just the whole movie is about like hope, the loss of hope, regaining hope, and sparking a new generation like of heroes. It's like passing the baton, passing the torch, and there's so much that flipping happens that I'm just like, I'm seeing it again tomorrow. Like, I'm literally seeing it in about like what, like 8 hours, is it?
Yeah, that's
probably like 8 hours. We're gonna get about a few hours sleep and whatnot, and then like around midday-ish seeing it again. But my gosh, it's like there's this wicked like thing with Kylo Ren and Rey where they kind of feel each other in the Force and kind of have these conversations, and there's thoughts, and they kind of explore what one another is thinking and feeling, and the possibilities of joining forces and all this kind of stuff. And that's one of the best bits of the movie for me, because I've never seen that before. It kind of takes, you know, in Empire Strikes Back when like Vader's like Luke, and then Luke is like Father, and they have that like exchange, that short exchange. It's that, but extended, and it's throughout the whole film. It happens multiple times, and it's such an interesting thing to see, and it's so freaking cool. Like, man, yeah, I'm gonna get in spoiler territory here, man. So if you've not left yet, it's your own fault.
you're screwed.
It's exactly what he said, right? So this is what it leads up to is Rey trying to bring Kylo Ben Solo back to kind of like the light side of the Force, because she feels the light in him, or assumes that there is light in him. And freaking, yeah, she goes to the ship, like the flagship, Snoke's flagship, and yeah, Snoke tries to kind of, well, destroy her, and what happens is fucking Snoke croaks it. Like, he literally gets killed by Kylo Ren in the most gangster way. I did not see it coming. It was flipping amazing. Like I said at the beginning, this is all about subversion. It's taking things that you know and then flipping them on their head. So that whole thing was wicked. Like, Kylo Ren and Rey even team up for a little bit and have this sick fight against, like, I guess they're Snoke's royal guards. And it's so beautiful, so sweet. I could not believe how good that fight was. It was just so well done, and I was into that, man. And there's like 3 main stories that go on. You got like Rey's training with Luke, which it's all Jedi stuff in it, so it's dope. Right, then you've got the Resistance flagship running out of fuel, and it's being tracked by the First Order, so they've got nowhere to run to because they're being tracked. That's one story, and then an offshoot of that is Rose and Finn trying to get a code breaker who will enable them to get into kind of the First Order flagship so they can disable the hyperspace tracker. And all three of those stories work, and they work damn well. Like they're really freaking good, and they all kind of lead up to the battle on Crate, which uses like these speeders, sand speeders or salt speeders. I don't know, the speeders anyway. And there's the new AT-ATs, which are called, I think, AT-AP3. No, AT. Yeah, I think AT-AP3s. And just the climax itself. Although I'm not saying a lot about it, because although there's spoilers in this, I still want you to enjoy it. It's sweet. It's so sweet. It's like, it's just sweet, man. It's just so good. This movie will surprise you. It will take you to places where you didn't think you could go. Like the whole reveal of like what happened with Luke and Kylo Ren when he set up like the new Jedi Order and all that kind of business. It's I tell you what that story is. It's a certain point of view. That's what that story is, and it's a carryover. There's so many carryovers from like the original trilogy, and there's even kind of I don't know if I want to mention the major. I'm not gonna. There's a major spoiler in there, which is great for Star Wars fans. It's amazing for Star Wars fans. Mate's nodding his head because it was such a good moment that I'm not gonna mention what it was, but when it happens and the way in which it happens and how they did it, I can't imagine anyone who likes Star Wars not liking that moment and not liking how they did it, because it's such a throwback to back in the day. Oh man, like there's so much I could say about this movie. Like obviously all the CGI is great and all that, but it's the way in which they told the story, because the story really begins actually before The Force Awakens ends, because while Rey was handing Luke that lightsaber, there's stuff going on in what's the planet called? Dakar? Is that where the Resistance base? I think it's called Dakar. Although that sounds like a real place, but it's not. I'm thinking of Qatar. That's why.
Where is the base?
I think it's Dakar. So it's D''QAR. And so yeah, there's something going on there with the Resistance Dreadnought and like not Resistance Dreadnought, First Order Dreadnought and Resistance bombers. And yeah, or the beginning of the movie is just like, yo, you're in and you're there. And the thing never stops. It's just going, yeah, Dakar, yeah. And sorry, it was just showing me what the name was, and I was like, yeah, I was right, I'm Star Wars fan, I'm right. But yeah, it was just, the movie never stops. It keeps on going. It keeps you guessing. You don't know what's gonna happen. Me as a fan, as someone who went to Celebration, as someone wearing a Blue Harvest, a bloody T-shirt, I enjoyed the movie a hell of a lot. There's a lot of surprises. There's lightsabers, there's Jedi training. Yes, there are porgs. It almost got a little bit too much for me, but I think there's the right amount of porgs. There's some great comedy in there that I thought was hilarious. Some good characters, like loads of subversion. Look, don't expect to know what goes on in this movie, because it's taking the genre or aspects of Star Wars, flip it on its head, confusing your mind. You think you know where things are going, and they don't go those. It's just mad stuff everywhere. I'm not even gonna tell you. Although I said spoilers, the stuff that happens that I want to say, I just want you to experience it. I want you to experience it. So please go and see this movie. It should make bank anyway, because it's Star Wars. But I'm seeing it again tomorrow. I think I've woken up my neighbours because I'm kind of shouting because I've had 2 drinks. But consensus is it's a good film. I'm seeing it again. Maybe I'll do an update if I change my mind, or if I don't change my mind, and reaffirm what I've said. But I think I've rambled long enough. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, share, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.